Hello, beautiful butterflies, and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time, I'm Nina. In today's video, I want to talk about gratitude and the gray hair journey and how gray hair, going outside of my comfort zone, has helped me to appreciate that change can be good. And you guys know I love butterflies, and they're a beautiful representation of transformation, and that things, even though they can make us uncomfortable, can change us into a better version of ourselves. I found that to be the case for myself. So, just making sure that my mic is working really well. I hope you all have had a good part of your week so far. You've been showing yourself compassion on your gray hair journey. I look forward to talking to those who join me in a few minutes, as well as those of you on the replay who are watching this. Please let me know in the comments. Do you resist change? How has this gray hair journey helped you to become a better version of you? I know many who say that the gray hair journey is it's way more than just hair. It's so much deeper than that. They found more confidence. They found self-love, acceptance, so many things. So instead of if you're on the fence or you just started your gray hair journey and you're maybe thinking of all the things that you're afraid of, try and think ahead to some of the things that you could look forward to. And that's what I hope this channel is able to do for you, inspire you when it comes to that. And it's surprising to be grateful for change or grateful for things that make you feel uncomfortable. Hi, Joyce. How are you? How was your week? And I'm thankful for all of you beautiful butterflies because you help make this channel what it is. I appreciate your support. I look forward to coming on live on Thursdays and talking with you guys. And I'm learning from you guys too. Even though this May will be 3 years since I stopped dyeing my hair, it has, don't think I'm not still learning from you guys and being inspired. How are you doing, Joyce? And I think that it's amazing how many people, when they share their stories and they say how thankful they are. Hi, Bridget. How are you? I enjoyed talking with you earlier today. I'm going to wait for a couple more of you to come on. I want to introduce you to my little sister. I was trying to see how to do the live on Zoom, like kind of split screen, but I didn't give myself enough time to learn that. So I'm going to do it in a ghetto fab way. You're doing great, Joyce. Oh, thank you. And that is a beautiful thing that comes from this journey. Being more comfortable in your own skin. I am more comfortable, as you guys can see with some of my videos, to show you the bloopers and show you me acting goofy, because that is also a part of my personality. So you guys help give such a supportive environment that helps me to feel comfortable to show all parts of me. It was, right, Bridget? In that sense, I wish YouTube could be similar to IG, but you guys also have helped me to love YouTube. IG was what I started with first, but when I started to come on these lives and meeting you, Bridget, meeting you, Joyce, you guys helped me to see the things that I could be thankful for in YouTube. So next Monday will be a year since I uploaded my first video to YouTube. And what inspired me to do that was a quote that I had read that said, having courage to be imperfect. And I thought that I wanted things to be a certain way before my first video went up. I needed things to be just so. And I'm so happy and proud that I was willing to do it imperfectly. Like, I feel my videos now are much better than my first videos, but if I didn't start, I wouldn't be where I am now. Thank you, Bridget. What are you thankful for today, Joyce? And Bridget, if you want to share what you're thankful for on here too. And of course, those of you on the replay, you can let me know what you're thankful for today. Gratitude really helps us to keep perspective, especially when you're on this hair journey. And if it's not going so well for you, then that could be hard too. So let me show you guys my ghetto fabulous way of how I'm going to introduce my sister to you guys. She is on FaceTime, and it's just so funny because I'm talking to you and I could just see on my leg like around. Okay, here she is.
Hi, everybody. I can't really see myself so much, but I can kind of see myself in the square. So hopefully I look right to you guys.
You guys see double me. Yes. And you know what? This is also courage to be imperfect too, y'all, because I was like, man, how am I going to come on here with my phone and show my sister in this little screen? Like, that's so, but this is how we're working it. This is how we're working it. Can you guys hear me okay with the mic? Let me know, please. Many people have helped me with my sound. Sound is everything. So this is my baby sister. She is 10 and a half years. It's 10 and a half years?
Yes, 10 and a half.
And she is also on she's natural. But we tried a product that I'm going to be telling you guys about soon. And she tried it too. So she is on a faux gray journey.
Yes. Now I do have some sparkles naturally, but I wonder if you can even see it. There's one right there.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah. And it goes to show how the real one sparkles so much more.
Yeah, that was so nicely said. Do you guys feel like your gray makes you sparkle?
Yes.
So Joyce says hello. Bridget says hello again.
Hey, Bridget.
Thank you guys. But yeah, this is how we're going to do this, because my sister is another person who I'm thankful for because she encouraged me to share my gray hair journey on Instagram and to be comfortable in my own skin. Like, she's younger than me, but I've learned so much from her. So, Ash, what are you grateful for? How has your hair journey changed you?
Well, it's interesting because me and you both started journeys together.
Oh, I gotta make sure you guys could hear. Can you hear?
Yeah, we both started different.
Let me know if you can hear her. Sorry.
Yeah, can they hear me or no?
I didn't hear anything yet, but okay. I forgot about that part.
We both started different journeys in the last 3 years. For you is growing out the gray. For me, it was embracing, how can I say this, nakedness. And I'll expand on that. Not literally.
Look at you. I'll expand on that.
Just
keep your face forward. Sorry, because like the light was on your glasses.
I'll take my glasses off for this moment. When I've been natural for it'll be 8 it's gonna be 8 years in July. But I big chopped 3 times. So the third big chop for me was I was literally stripping off a lot of layers and putting myself in a very naked and vulnerable position to be able to not only really embrace my natural hair journey, but also learning to appreciate myself, appreciate the scars, the healing, all of that. So I learned so much on this journey. It's actually going to be 3 years for me, March 17th. So next Tuesday, actually.
Oh, that's right. 3 since your big chop.
Yes, it's my third big chop. So, my third big chop, 3 years, third big chop. And I'm actually going to the doctor on that day. So
I can't.
Celebration.
Yes. Hold on 1 second. Sorry to cut you off. Joyce says that she's been sparkling since her late 30s. And I know Bridget just started with hers. I love how you said nakedness. This is what you call impromptu, guys. I didn't even think I would be interviewing my sister like this, because you guys know how I've been doing, the interviews. So, like I said, I'm so glad you could hear. I wanted you guys to see her in person. She's also here on YouTube under the handle. Actually, comment on the in the comment box, Laura, what your handle is so that people. Now, I
I'm
called
on
her
FaceTime.
Ashley, Laura. Huh?
I'm on FaceTime. I can't.
Oh, well, after this, you can
Yeah.
you could put your handle in there. It's a little different on
Unless
YouTube.
I yeah, I can't
I'll
do too
put it
many
in there.
ones
I'll
at a
put it in
time.
there.
Yeah.
Joyce says happy 3-year anniversary.
Thank you. I'm excited. I really want to celebrate, change and just growth, actually. Growth. Because with change, like you mentioned in your IG live, does bring growth, and there's nothing to be ashamed about. I mean, I had a lot of opinions when it came to big chopping. I mean, I had barely any hair. Like, I shaved. That's the lowest my hair has ever been. Not even the lowest.
Do you have your natural hair journey on your YouTube?
I do not. That is something that
There's some content I just gave you.
Can work on. I actually wanted you to dig up, if you can, at
Hi,
some
Cynthia.
point, when I very first big chopped my hair and you cut it back in 2012, because I wanted to include that in there too. But just what was your question again? You were asking.
Hold on one second, Cynthia. This is my younger sister, Ashley, and
Hi, Cynthia.
Today we're talking about change and how we could be thankful for it. She's not on a gray hair journey yet, although her hair is gray. I
embrace it and I love it, and it's beautiful to me.
She said, "Hi, Ashley."
Hi.
And can you hear both of us well, Cynthia? This is my ghetto fab interview with my sister. And
it's called improvise.
So it'll be 3 years for her that she went natural. Cynthia, remind me, are you on a gray hair journey? Yes, you hear it and you love it. Okay, great. Are you on a gray hair journey, Cynthia? But yeah, my sister can't really see. You're struggling. How can we help? How far into your hair journey are you?
It can definitely be a struggle.
Joyce, you love my ghetto fab interview. Oh, what just happened? It just went out. But I'll let you finish, Ash, and then I'm gonna get some what do you call that? Get some feedback.
So your question was,
the question was how it changed you, and I like that you said that it helped you to embrace being vulnerable, I guess, right?
Yeah. It made me very
vulnerable.
I mean, and at the time when I did cut my hair, it was actually a month before I had stopped working, because my MS got worse and I had to take a leave. But it was hard because people knew me at work from big hair like this, not as healthy, of course, straight hair, colored hair, all of it, and I kind of lived in my hair, but I felt like I had so much scars, so much bad trauma that was attached to my hair. And so when I had cut it all off, I had to learn to embrace my personality, who I am, and not my hair, because you had people that looked at you like, you cut your hair, because I actually tapered it first, and it still wasn't healthy. And so I was like, you know what, just buzz this thing off. So I came to work with even lower hair. And my goal every time I went to work was, every time someone complimented me, I wrote it down on a flashcard and I kept it in my little journal so I can look back at it. Because in addition to trying to help myself to embrace it, I wanted to actually acknowledge two people who did like it. Because you're not going to please everyone. Right. Everyone's going to have an opinion. But it definitely helped me to be more open and vulnerable, and that it's okay, to feel stripped off, because you are able to focus on yourself and not so much other people.
Oh, beautifully said. My little sister sometimes surprises me with her wisdom. So my hand is I'm getting a little bit of a cramp. So, oh, hi Sandra. This is my little sister. Sandra's another I love my butterflies on here. But I am going to put this down and we're going to talk more. But thank you so much for coming on here.
No
my little
thank
vanilla. My vanilla LA. And I will put her handle in the comments so that you guys could see it.
Thank you guys for listening.
Bye, boo. Love you.
Love you too.
Okay, you had to do it for me. Okay. Thank Thank you guys for being so supportive for my Ghetto Fab interview. It was impromptu. Um, I'm gonna put her.
Sorry, I couldn't quite hear you. Could you please repeat what you said?
That's hilarious. See, I try my best not to put the Siri on here, like activate it. I think I must have activated it when I pressed it on the side because I'm not trying to be in no situation where she think I'm telling her to call somebody. I don't know if you guys deal with that, but thank you, Sandra, for joining on here. Thank you. Our lipstick that we got is from, we're both wearing the same lip color. And doesn't that show? Because my sister is lighter than me. We both are wearing Hot Mama from Lip Bar. And you guys know I have a part two coming up showing you guys the lipsticks that I use that I've embraced. Okay, there she is. She's on the live now. She's wearing a beautiful oh boy, a beautiful turban in her profile pic. Thank you, Sandra. It was ghetto fab, right? But again, right? This is something that I received from the gray hair journey. I'm doing things that I would usually be all up in my head about and like, oh, it's not perfect. It's not this, it's not that. And it's like, it's okay. And you guys are the real ones because you stayed here and you interacted with her, which I appreciate so much. Um, so let me see if there was a question up there. Joyce, you said, say it again. What was it that she said that really touched you? I really, she's taught me so much that age, a lot of times it's our experience too that can really help us with the wisdom that we receive. And I was with her when she chopped her hair and like seeing her growth in the past 3 years. It's really nice when you have somebody on the journey with you to hold your hand, to hold you up. She was very supportive of my gray hair journey. Who was your biggest supporter on your gray hair journey? Cynthia, do you have somebody who's supporting you through your gray hair journey? And if you don't, we're here for you. Okay, your silver sisters to help you through it. And hot mama and ghetto fab. Joyce, accepting where you are and working through it. Yes. And these are skills that we learn when we go outside of our comfort zone. And going on a hair journey, whether it's going natural, when you're going against the norm of what everybody else is doing or against the norm of what you usually do, it is going to push you to an uncomfortable place. When you're willing to embrace that, you gain skills like acceptance, you gain skills, you continue to grow in your tolerance of discomfort, and that'll help you for many other things. I know many silver sisters who they started with their gray hair journey and then their careers took a different turn, or someone was telling me they now have more opportunities in their work now that they've decided to go gray. How about you guys? What do you appreciate about change? Cynthia, your mother who's totally gray. That's awesome. And do you mind me asking, Cynthia, how old you are? Hi, Star. How are you, love? And Sandra and Cynthia and those who came on later, you could definitely let me know what you're thankful for today. I love to hear it. You're 52, Cynthia. Okay. So tell me, Cynthia, what's been the struggle for you so far? And how many months? Did you tell me how many months you said that you are on your, going gray, but how long has it been? And Sandra, you said no such thing as perfect. It's all changing. You wish you had family support. It's going to take time, but you're fine with it. So, Sandra, remind me, you're in the midst of going gray right now? Y'all know about my memory. And I agree with you. There have been many, and you'll see with the interview that I'm putting up for this month, um, how her journey was and the support that she had. Not everybody's experience is the same, but what I think is nice with the online community is you can find those who are going through. Bridget is on a gray hair journey. Joyce, are you on a gray hair journey too? Or are you fully transitioned? You said, my sister said change brings so much growth. It really does. It really does. You're thankful for family, Cynthia. That's great. Thank you for sharing. Oh, you're 2 weeks. Oh, I'm sending you a virtual hug. You're doing it. First of all, let's give the little clap. Let's do a clap emoji for Cynthia for making it to 2 weeks. You're still at that very vulnerable stage, similar to what my sister was talking about, Cynthia, where you're like, oh my gosh, I'm not dyeing my hair. So I want you please to um, know that if you're feeling the way you're feeling, it's totally valid and it's okay. Okay, boo. Love you. Sandra, you're all gray. It's been decades. Okay. But you had said something earlier that made me you didn't have family support, I'm guessing, when you went gray, Sandra. So what words of encouragement, Sandra, because you're so good with that, what would you tell Cynthia? She's 2 weeks in. Yay, I'm glad you got it. Bridget gave you some claps. Aw. And Joyce said, you're more sparkling than you're brown. You're a lot sparkling. Okay, so I love calling them sparkles because they really do shine. They really do shine. They're different than um I was saying to some other silver sisters that, and I don't know if you guys would agree, I get more compliments now with any change I've done to my hair than ever. Like when my hair was relaxed, when I would color it, when I went natural. Gray is so against the grain that, it's different, it stands out. And so um even with my sister, I like that idea that you could do, Cynthia. If somebody gives you a compliment, your mom helps support you, someone on here, you got Bridget who gave you claps, Sandra, Joyce, write these things down of those who are supporting you in this journey that you're going on. That way you could look back on it and again be thankful for the change that this journey brings. See, Joyce just gave you lots of claps. You said, Joyce, your problem is the two textures. So you're going natural too, right, Joyce? Is that it? Sandra says, Cynthia, keep your same happy face and rock it and celebrate each day in support of people. You see that, Cynthia? This is something you could be thankful for too. Going through something different. Not everybody may be understand what it's like, but then you have people who have either been there, like Sandra, decades, and you could get the support here. So I usually go live on Thursdays. So if you need a pick me up, you could come on here and chat with us wherever you're at. I'm so excited that you're only 2 weeks in because like I said, even though I've fully transitioned with my color, it's so inspiring and awesome to be on other people's journeys from the beginning. So you're most welcome, Cynthia. But Cynthia, do you mind mentioning what's the hardest part for you? I guess, is it just having that itch to go get that bottle of dye? What made you decide to stop though, too? And Sandra, you said it's been decades for you. What what made you stop dyeing your hair, or did you ever dye your hair? Sometimes I think I remember everybody's story, but I hear so many I forget. It shows your age. Well, something I mentioned earlier today with my sister, something that I'm loving about getting older. On another live that I did, there were two women who said that they were born with gray hair. And there was one woman who had a niece who had gray hair at 10 years old. And she's in school and kids are, making fun of her. And she tried to cut off the gray hair and it's growing back. And, we all know what that's like to be in school and how kids can be. It's probably much more worse now. Um, at that age, you're feeling insecure and unsure of yourself anyway. And then you have these people who are making fun of you for something that's unique, and she's only 10, so she's not worried that it makes her look old. It's just so different from her friends. So, what I was saying I love about getting older is I feel like I'm getting more comfortable in my own skin. Um, do you find that, Cynthia, being 52, that you feel less insecure than when you were younger? And a quote that might help you, because the feeling that it shows your age is a valid feeling, is the fact that I don't know who said it. If anybody knows when I say it, let me know. The quote that says, aging is a privilege denied to many. So, having lived 52 years, if you have some sparkles that are showing that you've been able to live and enjoy life and love, that's, again, it's a different perspective. It doesn't change the fact that it's scary, or if, it's a struggle, but it just helps change our perspective of something that everybody goes through. Joyce, you said, you are beautifully and wonderfully made. Smile in your beauty. That's awesome. Sandra, yep, you're right. There were no groups like this in the past. You are doing it at a good time. Good point. Hi, Sheila. Sheila, how are you today? We're celebrating a silver sister, Cynthia, who is 2 weeks into her gray hair journey. If you have any words of encouragement for her, please put it in the comments. Sandra, you said you went natural off. You went natural off and first, and then you died and then let it go. Okay. You know how sometimes you read something out loud and then you have to like, I went natural off and then on. I think that's what you meant. You went natural first, you dyed your hair, and then you let it go. And Cynthia, you said you do. Oh, Richard Gere said that. Thank you, Bridget. If you guys don't know, I love me some quotes. So thank you for letting me know who said that. It is a privilege denied to many. Cynthia, you've been graying since your early 20s. Sandra, 52 is hard because you're changing mentally and physically. Good point, Sandra. Um, we all go through many different changes around that time. And so it's not to say that when you get older, your your self-esteem is bulletproof, but you start to grow more into like, this is me. Take me as I am. Thank you for that, Bridget. Sheila, Sheila said, to have patience, it gets better with time. That's awesome, Sheila. It's true. And I don't know if you guys have heard of Mel Robbins. She said a quote that I love of what confidence means. She's like, it's not something, many people think it's something that you just have automatically when you start something that you've never done before. But she said, confidence is the willingness to try, and it comes from action. So, Cynthia, you're acting for 2 weeks. You've stopped dyeing your hair. The confidence will come, like Sheila said, in time. I cannot wait. And this is why I love being on the journey with you guys from the beginning, because then in 4 months, Cynthia, when I come back, you're going to be able to help another newbie who just started, because you'll be at a different place. Bridget, you said, I'm 52 and I understand. Get yourself around more positive people. Love it. Hi, Des. Thank you for joining. You're 49 and working on it. You mean working on gray hair? What are you working on? And this is why I also say, give me a thumbs up if you guys agree that this gray hair journey is more than just about our hair. It really is about more self acceptance, growing more in our love for ourselves. And something that I've been doing for this month is a self love challenge where I'm working on having more loving thoughts to myself. And so that gives us an opportunity to work on some inner things while we're going through that vulnerable stage so that we can grow. Bye, Joyce. Thank you for coming on. You have a great day too. Remember to show yourself some compassion. Sandra, it's a journey of giving and receiving unconditional love. It gets better, I promise. Aw. Des, you said sorry. That's okay. You're working on accepting your gray hair and kicking the dye to the curb like I kicked the creamy crack. And Des, it's okay. Be patient with yourself, because I finally got to a point where I decided I was done with the dye, but I thought about it for a little while. My mom had went gray before me. She went gray first and then she went natural. And I remember seeing my mom have the silver zipper, as Adelina called it. Um, and I was like, I don't want to do that. I didn't want to. Now I wouldn't mind because I see so many beautiful women with grombre, but I had to work through some thoughts that I had when I saw her do it. I was like, oh, I don't feel like dyeing my hair, but I wasn't ready yet. So just give yourself some time and you won't know, Des, until you try it. So you said you're working on accepting your gray hair. So you haven't stopped dyeing yet. You notice how I said yet. Sheila, you said you pondered going gray for 2 years. Yeah. And this is the beauty of sharing your journey online. Not everybody has to do that, but similar to the natural hair journey, when people share these things online, you see possibility. You see what it could be for you. And you kind of like build up that feeling to just like, okay, I'm not going to do it. And it really just starts with not doing it. I was dealing with two things at the same time because I was natural when I went gray, but my hair was very short. So I was dealing with roots and I was dealing with no hair. So it was definitely a shaker of my inner confidence. Um, but then as the weeks went by, like Sheila said, with patience, I was like, you know what? I would forget. And then that's when people would say things to me and my hair wasn't even fully gray. And I was like, wow, I like this. Cynthia, you were tired of chasing the gray. I get it. I can thank my son every day because he was my biggest motivator. I was like, you need all of me. And I deal with chronic illnesses, which take a lot of my energy. And I was like, I'm going to make my life as simple and minimal as possible so that I can give him what he needs and then myself. But it's so freeing. I'm sure you guys would agree, those who are like Sandra and Sheila. It's just a free feeling, not having to deal with that. And I'm going to show you guys. I don't know if you noticed, my hair looks a bit different than it usually does. Cynthia, you've been natural for 6 years. Now, how was it when you went natural? Sheila, you say yes, indeed. Who on here? Give me a thumbs up if you're natural and gray. Because if I had to choose between which one was the hardest, I don't know. I would say gray was the hardest for me, but going natural wasn't. I think the going natural part, I liked my curl pattern, so that wasn't an issue. It was how long it took for my hair to grow and comparison because my hair didn't look like other naturals because it's fine. We talked about that the last live. Embracing our fine hair. It's not going to look as thick as others. Sheila, you said, look at all the people on Instagram with gray. It is, right? Okay, good. I got my thumbs up, natural and gray. Des, you said, LOL, nope, haven't stopped dying yet. Soon, though, because looking at you and, oh, isn't Ava's hair amazing? Good, good. I'm glad we're giving you some inspiration, Des. Sandra, natural was easier. Yeah. I think it was a different struggle, right? It's kind of like if you're a parent and you have children, certain stages you're happy, like when you start to get some sleep again on a regular basis, or it was a double-edged sword when my son stopped breastfeeding because I missed the closeness, but I was glad I had my body back. But it's like just different challenges, right? Des, your hair is crazy fine too. Yeah. And I do think, as I mentioned in my other live, that because of just the characteristics of gray hair, that in itself makes it so different than what we're used to. So when you factor all those things in, that could definitely make it a struggle, like Cynthia is experiencing. Hi, Tanya. Thank you for joining the live. You are 63-year old. Oh, thank you. I'm so happy to hear that. You said you beat leukemia. Oh, absolutely. I'm so thankful that you beat leukemia. We're also saying what we're grateful for today, Tanya, and I'm grateful that you were able to beat that leukemia. Thank you for your support and for joining the live. And this is something else that still kind of gives me goosebumps a little bit. You guys, I've never met you before. And just from me embracing my gray hair, I've met such beautiful people. And I just appreciate you guys. Cynthia, it was a real struggle learning how to deal with my texture when you went natural, that is, right? And this is where I'm thankful for the platforms like YouTube. If it wasn't for YouTube, my natural hair journey would have been a lot more difficult. Finding many different natural hair gurus, I guess you call them, who would show what products to use. I had no idea. There was so much that I didn't know about my hair because I left that into the care of a hairdresser. And so it felt very empowering to um, stop relaxing my hair and learn my hair. And even with dyeing my hair, I didn't go anywhere to get it dyed, but stopping the dye gave me more free time to do other things I love to do instead of trying to chase the gray, as was said. Tanya, you're so welcome. Sandra, gray takes courage because society has aging issues, but gray can be beautiful. More people are embracing it. It's so true. Thank you, Sheila. Hi, Cheryl. How are you today? What are you thankful for, Cheryl? Sandra, you said thank you. So many new products. Yes. And now that I've gone gray, I learned I used to see about purple products when I was younger, when I would go to the salon, and I didn't understand the science behind that. I'm thankful for the Green Beauty channel. She does such an amazing job. I'm not sponsored by her or anything, but like, I just appreciate the knowledge that she drops. And again, I'm thankful for this platform because people are sharing their knowledge and it helps us to get through it. So, having a page like this, I'm hoping gray starts to become more of a normal thing, just like natural hair was novel at first. And then now everybody's embraced that. Well, not everybody, most people. Um, so I'm hoping with these channels like Ava's channel, um, can help others to know that they're not alone and how to deal with their gray hair. Cheryl said everything good and bad. I am blessed with the good and learn from the so-called bad. Beautiful, beautifully said, Cheryl. That is how we can. I heard a quote that said, um, it was something about living and learning, but it was saying like you're thankful for the good, and then when the bad comes, like there's a lesson from it. I'm totally messed it up, but but like you said, Cheryl, you said everything's good and bad. Okay. I know what you mean. You're welcome, Sandra. Okay, I just went back to stuff I read already. And it's true what you said about aging, Sandra. That is the other change that I'm in the process of working on. If you guys have any questions, I'm going to be finishing up within the next 10 minutes. So drop it in there if you'd like me to answer that. If not, those of you on the replay too, you can put it in the comments, any questions you'd like or topics for my next live. I had mentioned in my interview with Khadijah, Naturally Platinum, that this gray hair journey is setting me up for the next change, which is here, aging. Like was said, in your 50s, you go through hormonal changes, you go through, changes in your life too. I'm a mom now. I wasn't a mom 5 years ago. And but aging will be the next thing, wrinkles. There's so many things out there to try and stop what is naturally occurring, and I'm finding the more that I embrace that, the freer I feel. It doesn't mean we can't do things to enhance how we look, to make us feel as youthful as we can feel, but we don't have to have this. I don't know how to describe it. Like, it doesn't have to be conditional. Like, well, I could come on here without makeup with you guys. I could come on here with makeup, you know, um, just not putting a condition on beauty. There's just so much beauty around. I don't know if you guys agree with that. And then I mentioned too how this gray hair journey and being on YouTube has helped me to find my voice a bit and learn how to not hide, who I am, different parts of me, like I'm goofy. Again, these are the thoughts that go on in our mind. Like, I was not a fan of my voice or even my laugh. I think I hate my laugh. I love to laugh, but I hate hearing my laugh. And by being able to share yourself, other people can help you to appreciate things about you that you might not like. Sandra, you said unconditional attractiveness. I like that. And Bridget, you agree. There's so much beauty around. There is. And what also is so beautiful is seeing women supporting women like this. There's so much shaming going around if things don't look the way society says it needs to look. And it's nice to be able to have this forum in this community where you guys, just on this live alone, how you built up Cynthia. I think that's so awesome. And then those of you on the replay, if you have words of encouragement for Cynthia, please leave them in the comments for her to read. Words are powerful. They can bring us up or they could tear us down. And I'm really thankful that most, if not all of you beautiful butterflies always come through with words that build up. So I think that's awesome. Cheryl, you said you agree with me about beauty. We have to be happy with ourselves. And I think it's different layers too. There's layers or levels to that comfortability and accepting. Because believe me, I'm not always like, oh, girl, you beautiful every day. There's sometimes I have to, if I get a pimple or I don't have all my makeup on or I'm not feeling the greatest, that I have to remind myself it's that inner beauty that's always there. Hi, reigning woman. How are you? It's nice to have you on here. Thank you for joining. What are you thankful for today? I'm Nina. Yes, Sandra. And it's not even just shaming from other people. I have to stop that myself. This week, for my second week of the self love challenge, I am working on giving myself permission to feel good. And I didn't think that that would be an issue. It's like, who doesn't want to feel good? But sometimes it's by reflecting, it brought up to me that there's this limiting belief that I have that I don't deserve to feel good. And so I'm learning to, one thought at a time, get better with supporting thoughts, loving thoughts. And those are things that can help you through any journey. Oh, thank you. What's your name, Reigning Woman? That's so awesome. Thank you for coming on here and building her up. Sandra said, goodbye, shame. Shut the door on the way out. And something I'm learning too, and I'll leave you guys with this thought. I'm a recovering perfectionist. Give me a thumbs up if anybody else is with me. I love personal development. I love, looking up things to think positive. And one of the pitfalls that I got involved with when trying to do better and be a better version is shame myself into it. And recently on my Instagram page, I had a post that said, love is the best motivator for growth, not shame. I mean, shame and guilt can cause a change, but it may not be permanent and it doesn't feel as good as if you are motivated by love. So even with that shame, I learned to transform it and say, whenever that shame comes up, oh, you're just reminding me that I need to be more loving. Because what started to happen was when shame would come up, I would almost do a shame sandwich. The shame would come up, and then I'd be like, oh, how are you shaming yourself? You have to be loving. And then I said, okay, I'm not going to beat myself up for having an imperfect thought. I'm just going to transform it and say, what's a better thought? And even forgive myself for shaming myself. Um, Thank you guys for letting me know I'm not alone with the perfectionism. We need a cup with that. Okay, so Sandra, I was going to email you about this, but I'm working on my Redbubble merchandise. I should have it finished by next week because next Monday I will be letting you guys know more about a giveaway that I'm doing for you beautiful butterflies to say thank you and also to celebrate being it being a year since my first YouTube video. So I'm going to put a cup. I got a cup just for you, Sandra. I also have some shirts coming up. So look out for that. If you guys have not signed up for my newsletter already, go to naturallygraceful.com and do that, because in my newsletter, I'm going to give out more information about the giveaway. So it's coming, Sandra. Raising Woman, you said, I'm grateful for discovering your channel. Oh, buying a new tire. And oh, thank you so much for that. It is humbling. It is humbling to have another day. Right. Thank you so much for sharing that. Right. I'm not sure what your name is, but thank you. I'm glad, Sheila. So, like I said, guys, I need to end this live. I don't want to go because you guys make it so fun. Thank you. I like that YouTube anniversary. So look out, Des. And if you're not already, like I said, subscribe to my newsletter. I'll give more details for the rules of the giveaway. But I just thank you guys so much for your support. I'm so thankful for the support you gave Cynthia today on the live. That was so awesome. That was very heartwarming. It's simple things, simple yet profound things. Just a kind word to someone can make a difference on their journey. So I thank all of you for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you guys on the next live. I hope you have a compassionate rest of your week. It's pronounced raining woman. The B is silent. Okay, good. Cheryl, you said you used to be a perfectionist, but found out that was never enough. Good, good. Let's keep on recovery. Thank you, Sandra. You too. And I did mention to everyone that recently that there's practical things we could do to keep ourselves safe out there from germs, but self-love is also good for your health. It's good for your immune system. So be compassionate to yourselves, okay? That's as important as washing your hands. All right, guys. Sending you love and compassion. Bye.